I don't know why this just happened. Sorry.
earlier today in Brooklyn at 383 Livonia Avenue at Sackman. That fire tragically produced 3 red tag critical victims, all of whom were children. Those children were the ages of 8, 5, and 4. Thanks to the quick intervention of our members, those kids are stable at this point, but still in extremely critical condition. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family at this time. It's an incredibly difficult situation. It's a very difficult job for our members, but thanks for their early intervention. These kids at this time are critical but stable in the hospital. I'm going to let the chief give any additional operational details on that fire in Brownsville earlier today.
Good afternoon. My name is John Hodgins. That's Hodgens, FDNY Chief of Department. The fire in Brownsville was on the 11th floor of a 14-story building. Our members made it up to the 11th floor, got into the apartment, and grabbed the 3 kids and got them out, all within 12 minutes of receiving the alarm. It's amazing that, you know, they were able to get up there and do that. They took them out of the apartment and immediately began doing CPR on them. After they took them down to awaiting EMS, and the EMS gave them more advanced life-saving care. So as the commissioner said, right now there's 3 red tag children that are critical but stable.
And then the fire here behind us today, we're at 106 Lee Avenue is where the original call came in, but there were multiple calls for fire at this job. Our units got here in under 4 minutes, in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. As you can see behind me, they are still working, but this fire is under control at this time. There are 10 total patients. They are all members of the FDNY. We had 1 red tag, 1 orange tag, 1 yellow tag, and 5 green tag firefighters and 1 member of EMS. Everyone at this time is stable. The chief saw the red tag member earlier today. He's awake and alert, so everyone is going to be okay. Again, that is thanks to the quick work of our members of EMS who treated those firefighters and those EMTs right away. Chief?
This fire on the corner has 9 stores involved. There were 9 individual stores involved. Most of them were locked up, so the firefighters had to work very hard to get into them. We used saws, we cut the gates, and we were able to get in. They had heavy fire throughout the building by the time they got inside. It's a challenging fire due to the hot weather and the fact that that fire had gained headway before we were able to get water on it. You know, we have a 5th alarm assignment right now, which is over 200 fire and EMS personnel. Right now the fire is looking pretty good. We're at a probably will hold, probably under control in a few minutes. So, thank you.
So just to summarize, since we have a lot going on, the fire earlier today came in a little after 11 a.m. in Brownsville at 383 Livonia and produced 3 red tag patients. Our response time there was 2 minutes and 45 seconds. All 3 of those patients are children, and all 3 are in critical condition but stable at this time. The fire here is at 106 Lee Avenue. We arrived in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. It produced 10 total patients, all members of the FDNY, 1 red tag, 1 orange tag, 1 yellow tag, and 7 green tag, all of whom are stable at this time. I'd also like to thank NYPD, NISM, Con Ed, and our partners in government, Councilmember Lincoln Ressler and representatives from Nydia Velasquez's office. These are both incredibly difficult jobs. It is a long, hot day, and our thoughts, our prayers are both with the parents of these children, as well as thanks to our members for this incredibly difficult work today. Questions?
I have actually many questions, but can we just back up for a second? Can you hear a little bit more about what happened with the fire, what was burning, were there grown adults in the apartment, or were the kids alone?
So the kids were alone at the time. The kids were alone at the time, and there were very difficult conditions. I'll let the chief expand. There was a lot of fire. It was difficult to get into the apartment, and there were no smoke alarms working or present.
As I said, the cause of the fire is under investigation, but the fire was on the 11th floor, so that's challenging right off the bat. They got up, the door was locked. The 3 children were inside. there was a pretty heavy fire condition inside, so our members had to force the door open, crawl in. They found 2 of the children in the living room, and 1 they found right behind the door. They were all unconscious. So they had to go to work quickly, get them out and get them over to EMS and the paramedics who, you know, gave advanced life-saving care, and that's why they're alive today.
Had there been a call from inside the department for help, or was it another person who called 911?
I don't have the answer to that.
One more question, folks. One more question. We're still on Livonia. Okay. Is there law enforcement now involved with this to figure out the situation with the children? Have the parents been found?
Yes, the parents have been found. They're speaking to the mother. The father has been arrested, and the circumstances are under investigation as to why they were home alone.
Yeah, well, not questions.
The father. Yes.
Father, have any questions on this fire? Yes. Can we? When you say there's a firefighter with a red tag, talk about the nature of his or her injuries and what?
Yep, they were categorized as a red tag for altered mental status. That is typically something we would categorize as a red tag due to criticality. They were treated right away by rescue medics. They were given hydroxycobalamin, which reverses any effects of CO. And as soon as they were given that, they immediately came around. And so while they were categorized as a red tag, you know, thankfully, very quickly we knew that they were going to be okay. They were transported to the hospital. The chief has seen the firefighter in the hospital. They're awake and alert and speaking, so everything's going to be fine there.
Can you speak to the difficulties of battling a fire like this when it's, you know, 90-something degrees, feels like?
I mean, it's incredibly difficult, as you can imagine. I'm going to let the chief speak to that a little bit more, but it's incredibly hot outside. As you can see, this is an incredibly extended operation. When the members got here, there was a tremendous amount of smoke. And, you know, the earlier job, as the chief mentioned, the fire was quite advanced when they got there. So conditions were really serious, and they had to go through, you know, a number of dangerous evolutions to be able to even just get into the apartment and find the kids. Chief?
Yeah, as mentioned, the warm weather makes fighting this fire difficult, but there's a space above the ceiling, in between the ceiling and the roof. It's called the cock loft. The fire was well advanced in that space before we even got here. So the operation is we have to force our way into every store, 9 stores. They have roll-down gates, and stretch a hose line to each store. So it takes a lot of staffing, a lot of you know, a lot of work, a lot of hard work. It's not an easy task. Other members have to go in and search to make sure there's no victims, and start opening up with tools to expose the fire, which is hidden above the ceiling. So it's a very labor-intensive operation, and you know, they did a great job. But you know, unfortunately, a couple were injured, but they are doing well.
Of course, to investigate, you know, you're not going to. The marshals are figuring out what caused it. Do you know where it started, which store it started in at this point? Or
no, I couldn't say definitively which store it started. They saw the most smoke towards the corner over there when they arrived, but I know from experience the fire had already gotten into that space above the ceiling and was probably pretty much throughout.
Were there sprinklers in there, or why did it spread so fast?
There's no sprinklers. It's not required, and once it gets into that open space, it's a wide open space the whole size of that corner, and it's old lumber. It's an older building, and it just takes off.
Was there anyone inside any of the stores?
No, not to my knowledge. No one injured.
Do you have to evacuate anybody nearby? I see that there's apartments nearby.
The multiple dwelling next door, we also had engines and ladder companies in there, making sure that the fire didn't extend there and making sure that the people were aware, and they took them out of any of the heavy smoke conditions.
Do you know what types of businesses were there?
I really don't know.
Last question, folks.
Number of businesses, Chief Commissioner, do we know yet?
I believe it's approximately 9, but we need to confirm that, but approximately 9.
Thank you.
Good.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Can I get one before you go? The breakdown
That's
of
this
the...
guy behind you.
I got you.
Sorry.
That's it?
10? 10?
1 second, yeah. I got it.
Okay.
Is that it or more? That's it. Just I'm going to give you a little rehash there. The fire marshals will be able to determine where the fire started.
as far as which building, which occupancy. Because of the level of damage there, it's not clear how many businesses there are. We believe we have as many as 9, but it'll be confirmed once the marshals be able to go over it with business addresses to DOB and business filings as far as permits and things like that. Anything else?
And on your job, that's now is the detective squad in that precinct in charge of the
Fire marshals.
police investigation, or is it a fire marshal?
It's a joint investigation. Marshals and police are working together on it. The marshals will determine the cause and origin of the fire, and whatever other matters need to be addressed, police are there for to do
The
so.
arrest was by police.
Correct, yes.
I hate to keep repeating. The red tag, yellow tag.
We have a total of 8 injuries here. 1 red, 1 orange, 1 yellow.
1 red. 1 orange. 1 yellow.
5 green.
5 green.
Okay, in essence, green are minor. Yellow are serious but non-life threatening. The orange and red could be considered serious life threatening.
Just to clarify, this is
This location here, no.